Well, hey everybody, John Ritland here. That is
The Terminator.
what are you calling this, Raw?
Bus stoned out of my mind.
Sweet Jesus, we are 13 days away from WrestleMania, and do you feel it? Are you hyped? Because this sure as fuck doesn't feel like WrestleMania season.
Can you dig it, sucker?
I'm not a gravedigger anymore. Gravedigger. But this...
I'm not necrophiling you there.
This... Yeah, I mean, that reference is DOA. This was not a very good episode.
No, it was haphazard, and disjointed.
Now, I get it because they don't want to have anybody work a long match because of WrestleMania. They want to make sure everybody's as healthy as possible while still putting on the show. I get that. The still was not very good. It was very repetitive. You had recaps, stating that the women's three-way is going to be the main event. Which means Vince will do everything in his power to kill the crowd beforehand.
Let's hope not.
I don't want to be right, but he could. But
I think everyone will try and save their energy for the main event, so we may end up having a very quiet WrestleMania, depending on how long it's going to be.
It's also an open-air stadium, so even if they're loud, sometimes the sound goes up. Yeah. So, Ronda comes out, does a promo, and we want Becky chants. We want Becky. We want Becky. She kept dropping the mic and then going back to it.
That's not how you drop the mic. You drop the mic when you say something great and you're done. When you go back to get the mic, you look pathetic or wishy-washy. Or capricious, or whatever word you like to use.
I mean, Rhonda, don't beat something over and over and over. That's what your husband's there for. So, and thankfully he wasn't there. Please do not involve her husband at WrestleMania. Do not have him out at ringside or anything. That's going to take away from the women, which means he'll be out there.
No.
Hopefully not, but
he's going to get involved in the Battle Royale.
That's stupid, though.
I know.
Right. We'll get to the Battle Royal talking a bit. Ronda, look, it would have worked if she just would have dropped it and said, that's it. But then Becky comes out. She does a promo. She talks about the big money contract because of all the Irish and stuff like that. Charlotte promo. Well, she's embracing the heel stuff. At least she doesn't mind getting booed.
Well, Ronda looks perpetually upset rather than like a badass, which is,
I mean, she's trying to deny the fans. It's not the first time she's denied something, especially with children involved.
Right.
So, we get a Beat the Clock challenge for no reason other than bragging rights, and I don't get this because who did they face? Ronda faced Sarah of the Riot Squad.
Well, yeah, you get 3 matches to showcase kind of like who they're building.
Right, but why? One, you came up with the idea of having Ronda go last.
Yes, which they did not do. They had her go first.
Yeah.
You could make Ronda the one to beat. Keep her looking like a legitimate threat to Becky. But also keeping Becky a legitimate threat to Ronda isn't a bad choice in itself either.
It's not.
I don't think it's the strongest booking decision, but it's not a bad one. That's for sure.
They haven't done very strong booking for a while. They have pretty much torpedoed a lot of these angles.
Yeah.
Then Charlotte couldn't beat Ruby in 1 minute and 25 seconds, and then Becky beat Liv. After Charlotte had attacked her before the bell, Becky beat Liv with, like 8 seconds left or something like that. I think it was like... And then Cole says, Becky just proved she could beat Ronda Rousey. Cole, why? Why are you here? What purpose do you serve? You're one of the worst commentators. If you think Michael Cole's a great commentator, fine. He is one of the worst commentators that WWE... He's one of the worst commentators wrestling's ever had.
I don't know. You remember Tonga?
Yeah, but... Tonga was only there as
He's one of the worst lead commentators they've had.
Well, that's pretty much what I mean.
At the same time, he's been there for so long. If you need someone to shill,
yeah,
Cole's your guy because he'll do it because he's been yelled at by the boss more than once, so he'll never divert from the script.
I mean, I know that
Corey, on the other hand, probably shouldn't divert from the script.
Corey should not be on both shows.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Riot Squad.
He works better on SmackDown, I think.
He works better being SmackDown, as far as I'm concerned. The Riot Squad. I know that the Riot Squad weren't going to win this. That's not the issue. The Riot Squad, by the way, are going to face Becky, Ronda, and Charlotte next week.
Well, and technically speaking, I mean, Ruby Riott at least technically won her match.
Did she look strong afterwards? I mean, no, I agree with you. Did she look strong afterwards?
She looked stronger than her cohorts.
That's true. That's not saying much, though.
It's not like they lost 70 matches last year.
At least 70 matches. Look, they're going to face them in a 6-woman tag next week.
Yeah.
And if any Becky, Ronda, or Charlotte lose, then they forfeit their chance to be at WrestleMania, which guarantees that the Riot Squad are going to win.
Mm-hmm.
Or the Riot Squad aren't going to win, rather. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
That just... Balor then faced Lashley, and Leo could not be medically cleared, so Jinder was there with the Sings. And so it was like 3 guys out there because you had Leo and the Sings combined 1 person. And Balor beats Jinder, and he earns a title shot to face Lashley at Mania. We are 13 days away, and they're still making matches for WrestleMania. You need to lock down your card quicker.
It's not like it's the biggest show of the year. The granddaddy of them all.
The granddaddy.
Daddy.
Good old Ross from Cultaholic. This
Internet slang.
Yeah, I don't get
Millennial
that.
speak.
I just don't get it. Whatever, if you guys want to speak that way, I just don't get it. So yeah, Balor's going to face Lashley at Mania. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Elias was in Times Square. They had multiple Elias vignettes, like where Elias got his money stolen. You know, when it was in the guitar thing, yeah, and then the guitar case got stolen.
Someone giving him a quarter, he's like, a quarter!
But...
Or berating a guitarist when he was in Times Square.
That was pretty good. I mean, it was what it was, but it's like, look, at least they're sort of doing something with Elias, but they could do something better. Like, maybe have him wrestle, but...
Yeah.
And we can then get Aleister Black and Ricochet versus the Revival. Doing a great job as he mocks Black, so of course... The black people are getting mocked in Boston. And I'm sorry to all my friends in Boston, because I'm not saying you guys, but that city has a bit of a dark side that I've seen, because I've been there. And you guys are cool, but still. Yeah, this was okay. The Revival lost again. The titles weren't on the line.
It's adequate.
And I love the Revival. I'm not saying Aleister and Ricochet should have lost because they're facing the Something Sons at NXT this week.
Did you forget?
What, forget what?
I can't remember.
There you go. By the way, I want to clarify here in...
I can't remember what I've forgotten. That was it.
Alright, okay. Alright, we got... I know the NXT spoilers. Do not comment them because you're really not going to like the result.
Oh, good.
Okay, I don't mean you liking the result. I mean them. God damn it, Chris. But it was... This Raw was very phoned in. You had Drew doing a good promo about Roman. Roman accepts his Mania match, his offer, and it's Joe versus Drew. This is Phil Brooks talking to Paul Levesque. They might as well have done that. And then, yeah, Drew and Dean are gonna have a match later.
Yeah.
Last man standing.
Drew was like, I'm not sure how you're still standing. But, you know, he was like, but I accept. They ended up being the main event because Dean's got that ability, apparently.
He does, and he wants to leave. And I don't blame him, really.
Yeah. And if he's leaving, him, like, putting over Drew or doing work like that, it's a good idea.
It is. We then get Natty with Beth versus Sasha with Bayley.
Yeah.
The match was okay, then Nia and Tamina. How did Nia and Tamina sneak up on anybody? And I'm not even making a size joke. They are not graceful people at all. Like, literally. Like, Nia can't even move without sounding like with horribly labored breathing. And I don't even know how Tamina hasn't gotten injured.
They're about as subtle as a carousel set to maximum.
Or the Carousel and Strangers on a Train. That was a good movie. Yeah, so was it a DQ? I think it was a DQ. Yeah. Double DQ.
Very good.
So, I guess we're getting this three-way. We might put the Iconics in there. So, make it a gauntlet match. Have Io and Kyrie there or something. Just have it be a gauntlet match. Or elimination tag or something. Just
have a gauntlet match next week.
Do that.
And then you'll have your competitors for WrestleMania.
Yeah. If Nia and Tamina win the tag titles, just throw them in the trash. This women's tag division is not off to the best start right now.
Yeah, it's to be expected.
Yeah, because Vince doesn't like women's wrestling. Hart Foundation...
He also doesn't like tag team wrestling.
Yeah, well, Vince is also an idiot.
Yeah, I know.
But Natty... Natty was still in the ring. They announced the Hart Foundation are going in the Hall of Fame. Brett and Neidhart. not Bulldog and Pillman and Owen. And I know that her husband died, but Martha needs to let it go.
Why did you say that name?
This is Martha! So, I get it, but I want to see the whole Hart Foundation inducted. Now, to be fair, Jim and Brett, much more iconic. They were together a whole lot longer. But it would get Bulldog, it would get Pillman, and it would get Owen in the Hall of Fame. I mean, geez, Martha, quit being bitter. Maybe the children can convince. Who knows? But the bottom line is, Natty was crying because her dad was going in the Hall of Fame. Point up to the sky. That was good emotion. And then we get Charlie interviewing Angle and Corbin. Charlie apparently wearing just a lengthy sweater. Yeah. I'm not complaining. That's apparently all she was wearing. And then we get a moment of bliss with Braun and the SNL guys, and sweet Jesus, God, this was painful.
Dragged on so goddamn long.
I don't know how good these guys actually are at comedy. Mm-hmm. I don't care. This was bad.
It was
really
hard
bad
to watch. Forced delivery.
Yeah.
Not DiGiorno. And I lost more and more interest. Apparently they're going to be in the Battle Royal to avoid Braun Strowman, of which Braun Strowman will enter himself into the Battle Royal.
He already did last week.
Yeah, so he's already entered himself into the Battle Royal. He's going to focus on them and attack them.
Braun's going to get eliminated by them.
No. He's going to eliminate them, and then someone else is going to eliminate him.
Rob Gronkowski's going to win the Battle Royal.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
You know they would do it.
It's going to be Mojo Rawley. Being helped by Gronk.
But that was Mania 33 that they did that.
I know.
They want to do it again?
Yeah.
Why would you want to give Mojo a push? What the fuck good is Mojo? I'm not saying you, it's just, sorry, I'm sure Mojo's a nice guy, but...
But would you put it past Vince?
No, because they did it 2 years ago. He made Jinder world champion. Anyway, Corbin and Cruz. This is basically based on the fact that I think Cruz distracted Corbin and Corbin got beat the week before.
Yeah.
And then we have this and Corbin beats him. No one wants to see Corbin versus Kurt Angle, and if you're raising your hands or you're ready to type the comments, you're wrong.
I can appreciate the ring announcer's
Golden Glove boxer.
The favorite son of Boston! Just making Baron Corbin even more of a heel. That was a good delivery by the ring announcer. I just wish this match was something more than what it was.
They don't... Cruz might... I mean, I'm sure Cruz is making good money. If Cruz gets a chance to have an out, go. Do it. You could get good money somewhere else. Not being jobbed out horribly. Like, I'm not saying the guys...
Japan.
What?
New Japan.
New Japan. He could replace ACH, even though I think ACH is a little bit better, but ACH is in NXT. Yeah, so then we got... But that happened. Rollins promo. They have cooled him the fuck off, haven't they?
Mm-hmm.
Boy. And that's sad. I really want Rollins to win at Mania.
I mean, it's not like they interrupted him with the most expected interruption to ever exist.
Why didn't he curb stomp Heyman repeatedly?
Because that might loosen his jowls.
Well, I mean, maybe it might loosen his tie and his collar so his head won't look like it's gonna burst. I know
you look like a zit ready to burst.
I know that Heyman is just doing his goddamn job, but I'm sorry. This is stale. Beyond stale. We said last week.
But
that was a good meme that you made. The kid, of course, as Heyman's talking, they cut to a shot of a kid in the crowd in the blue just doing this, and that just summed just blah 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 blah. That was great, summing up everything perfectly. I know that Heyman's just doing his job, but if they have Brock retain, that just let him have the Universal title. And bring the world title back to Raw. Seriously.
Yeah.
And then we get Joe versus Angle. We then had a headbutt to start out, which has how their TNA feud kicked off. That's back when, it was TNA and they actually drew money in crowds. But Kurt ends up pinning Joe after kind of getting out of the Coquina clutch. Stop using the Coquina clutch, Joe. You keep getting pinned.
You're using it as a Coquina crutch.
So, that was it happened. It was nice that they were able to make an impact on Raw.
Yeah.
So, Triple H, he's doing the job for the envelope as he's trying to get the envelope out. And then talks about how, you know, the letter just rambles on and on and on, which describes his promo. Of course, then he says,
let me tell you what I want, what I really want. I wanna.
And of course, I had to share the song. That's one of my. Was it Izzy McQueen at
I believe so.
Yeah, a local talent that we saw at one of the Without a Cause shows that we went to.
Filipina.
Yeah, I figured you would notice that.
Yes.
I didn't. You had to point that out. But yeah, that was her theme. Anyway, yeah, the Triple H promo. His career's on the line, I guess. And so Batista says, "Your career's on the line. I'll face you." We find this out in a letter.
But it's also a great idea in terms of what will happen at WrestleMania. Batista beats Triple H. It gives Triple H a reason to never have to step in the ring again. Like his buddy Shawn Michaels. But anyway.
Thanks, Chris. I forgot about that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
But this would be a good way to make sure that Triple H can have a storyline reason not to step in the ring again. And just have him focus on production. Have him cut promos, be an authority figure without having to be a heel authority figure. I think he could make a good face authority.
He does in NXT.
And so, you know, this would be a good move. Batista gets a win. People will want to see Batista win only because he's Drax. But we'll see what happens.
That's why Triple H is going to win at Mania, because Batista beat him like 3 straight times in 05.
Yeah.
I like your idea. And then we get Dean and Drew in a last man standing match. I wrote it down to something else. Yeah, there was a table usage.
Yes, you did.
I did. Unintentionally. Right. But we get the table spots. Drew brought out Charlotte's friend Ken.
Ah, dough stick.
Yeah.
Dean probably got flashbacks to CZW.
We didn't get any power tool usage. It was weird that Renee kept reacting to watching another man drape a stick over her husband's face. Why is that where my brain went right there?
But anyway.
Claymore kick. After the table spot, Claymore kick, and Dean stays down for the 10 count.
Yeah.
And this is Dean's last match, I think. He doesn't have anything that they're going to do for him in Mania. Maybe he's in the Rumble.
And if it's his last match, it's great that he's losing to Drew.
Yes.
Put him over. Let them focus on him.
Like they should have been. It should be Drew versus Brock. Sorry, Seth.
Yeah, I know. But yeah.
C minus.
It's a C minus. It's a fair grade. It wasn't a great show. It wasn't a bad show per se, but it fell right below the mediocre mark.
I just bet you.
But yeah, let us know what you think. I've got a poll, and it's right up here.
Yeah.
And you can grade Raw along with us, or leave a comment down below.
You can like, you can share, you can dislike.
You can like if you want to. You can share with all your friends.
You can do that. But also, we will be back with a SmackDown review tomorrow on a gaming stream. Next week, though, I do want to clarify. TakeOver predictions on Monday, Raw review, SmackDown review, and then Mania predictions. We will be watching the G1 Supercard next Saturday, not the Hall of Fame. Why? But anyway.
Yeah.
All that stuff. I'm John Ritland, that is.
The Terminator.
Right, okay, see you tomorrow.
Bye.